Hello, Internet. Something is wrong with this 1590. As I try to power it on, it seems to... It doesn't want to draw a stable current. The amperage jumps from 3 to 4 to 3 to 4. You'll see what I mean. Let me go ahead and take this thing apart. For some reasons I thought this was a 4080. But this is a 1590. Same thing, almost. Alright. This is Asus TUF. Yes, so we'll see how tough this thing is. Whether it survived whatever is wrong with it or not will be a good question to be answered today. Alright, so this is looking really good. Obviously somebody had already taken this apart. And let's move this out of the way. Hopefully they didn't poke around. I do not recall what the... Oh, holy cow! Okay, so this card had underwent a mod, and the mod is called something along the lines of screw it up, throw it away. That's what the mod is called. So I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this already. I wonder if you can see this already, but this is not looking good. No, sir. So have a look at the area here. You see, we are missing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacitors are missing on this end. All of them were ripped off. How? I don't know. Don't ask me. I just work here. See this? They even took the pad along with it. So I don't know if I'll be able to fix this one, but we're gonna have to see if I can dig out that pad or find its source, or maybe I can run the wire from here instead. Yeah, that's brutal, man.
And my day is ruined.
Are there any components that are damaged nearby? I don't see any. Let's see what happens. I got like an 8 amp limit set. So here's what's going on. What's happening. So 3, you can't 3, 4. I don't know why, but you can't see that on the screen here. But my multimeter, the power supply, is actually jumping from 3 to 4, some weird digits. But it looks like it's powering just fine. I don't know, at least according to the thermal camera. Maybe this thing just isn't updating fast enough for me to notice anything on that display, but I do see it on the power supply. So what do we have here? Memory's okay. More memory here. So we've got like 6 memory phases, if not 8. I'm not sure. One of them is PEX, one of them is 1.8, and we're not reading short on 12, so that's good. I think this one's here is 5. Alright, so, okay. Then we have knocked off components, basically these capacitors, but does it work? Is this the only reason why it came here? That would be interesting. I'm gonna have to look around the board and see if there's anything else that's wrong with it other than these knocked off capacitors. I do not know. But we're gonna go ahead and try to boot this thing, see if it works. Because if it posts, then all I gotta do is to figure out how to go and about fixing the pads for those ripped capacitors, and hopefully that will be it. Kind of funny, I had Austral 5090 the other day. It started pulling 1,000 watt out of my 1,000 watt power supply with the cable rated 600 watt. I thought this thing was gonna blow, so I had to flash it back to stock BIOS with 600 watt limit, and that way I can confidently say that it would live another day. After the warranty expires, they can do whatever they want. Alright, I think the card's gonna post. It does. Come on. There. Yeah, so the card is posting. That's interesting. Alright, let's turn this thing off. I'm gonna go ahead and read the note, which I just did, and it literally says, broken capacitors. We're gonna have an easy peach today, because all we have to do is to solder a few capacitors, and we're going to be stealing those from somewhere. 270, 16 volt, 270 microfarads. Cool. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm gonna be snatching these from this Asus board, so that way they look exactly like the rest of them, or black. I could get the regular aluminum white and blue, but we're gonna try to keep it as original as possible. Now my concern now is, how can we possibly fix those pads there? Do we have to run a wire, or what's going on? Because as you can see, the pad is completely gone. It's just gone clean. Wow. Let me poke around with a multimeter and see what kind of where does that pad go. So I think it's a ground. Yep, it's a ground. So 2V is for ground, positive. 2V is here for the ground. So I kind of wonder if I can dig deep down there and just stumble across the ground pad, or I can just run a wire from here to there. That would effectively do the exact same thing, as well as running a wire from here to there. It'd probably be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing if I run a wire from here to there and then to here. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Or I could look under a layer and see if the next layer down is ground, and then I can simply see it, just scrape away a little bit of that PCB and probe that layer, and that layer reads ground. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna dig deeper down so that way I don't have to run any kind of wires, and we're just gonna solder straight to it. I think that's going to be the most aesthetically pleasing result. So let's do that and see how that works. Right, so you're wondering, why in the world am I using a preheater for something as simple as removing the capacitor off the board? And the answer to that is very simple. You see, unlike other people, I care about the longevity of the repair because I do not want anything to come back for warranty. And so I do as much as I can to minimize the damage or minimize the heat stroke that the component that I'm about to remove will endure during the removal. So, if I preheat the board, especially given the fact that this board is just a donor, I will apply the minimum amount of heat in order to remove the component, especially when it comes to electrolytic capacitors that do not like heat. So, that is why I use preheater for almost any kind of work. Less trauma, that way I can guarantee that this capacitor, once removed and soldered back onto this board, will last as long as any one of these capacitors here, which hopefully be years instead of, just a few months, as if I was to remove them with the hot air. So that's basically why I'm using a preheater for nearly everything. And that does not apply only to, the memory chips or other chips, pretty much anything. The preheating just makes the job a lot easier. And that's it. Capacitors are replaced. Everything is looking good. They looked exactly like the rest of them, with the exception of slight difference in the solder joints, given the fact that we have ripped pads. But we were able to create our own pads. So hopefully this is it. I still need to assemble this, run it, make sure that everything is still good. Hopefully there are no secondary problems. So thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.